My name is David Duanyu, and I am the director of the NILE African Development Organization, which is a charitable company based here in Bradford, West Yorkshire. And it was set up 2 years ago to help mostly refugees and asylum seekers and international students from the African continent who arrive into the West Yorkshire region, to help them in a number of activities, which is signposting and advice and support, and also accessing the mainstream activities and services which are here in Bradford. Personally, having been in the country for a number of years and came in the country as an asylum seeker and eventually got my refugee status, and I knew that there are some things which we need to do as refugees in order to support other people who are coming after us. And when I settled in Bradford, I realized that there are so many agencies in Bradford which are there to support people, especially people from the minority communities, but very few focused on refugees and asylum seekers. And we realized that there was a need for such an organization to support and help basically the refugees and asylum seekers in a way they could live a better life in the country. And that's why we, with other members of the community, who are also, all of us on the committee are refugees, who set up this organization to help and support a number of our brothers and sisters who have come in the country. We support people if they have, say, health issues. Especially, we have a number of community members who have a number of illnesses. For example, we have an HIV project whereby through the NHS at the Trinity Center here in Bradford, we work very closely with them in referring most of our members there for testing and screening. And also the nurses also come here and work closely with us, bringing in leaflets and flyers and also talking to people. And also are going to start a testing center here, which will be the new system which has come up that you can be able to know whether you are HIV positive within a very short time, in a few hours. So that is something which is going to start up here. We also work on a project which is called NILE African Community Ambassadors Project, whereby we encourage our members to be part of the decision-making bodies of all these large service providers and organizations.
My name is Hussein Mohammed, and I'm the Organizational Development Officer for Yorkshire and Humberside and the North East. The current work that I'm doing with this RCO in particular in Bradford is capacity building the RCOs, looking at the 4 key areas of the basis. And we are moving into the area of the development plan currently. So we looked at the first draft with David and the management committee, and I have to do a few changes. So we're going to come back in the next few weeks looking at how could we actually implement the development plan. And the work that I do with David varies from week to week. As we've worked together on an award called the African Achievers Award that the RCOs organized at the beginning of the summer, and it was a successful RCO. So it's not straightforward, it's not a straight line in terms of helping and developing the RCOs. Their needs vary from week to week, so there's always emerging issues, but actually I respond to the needs of the RCOs from week to week. Alongside fitting and working really closely with the development plan and looking into the future.
Mr. Hussein comes in here almost on a weekly basis. He just comes into the office and supports us in a number of activities, looks through what we are doing and tells us where we are going wrong and how we can develop, and gives us a few training on management issues, and also supporting us on how we could access funding, and even just giving us the information on where applications for grants are still active. So he sends us emails on a regular basis about the active grants which are out there, and even supporting us on how we could apply for them. The other thing also he does with us is or bringing in a number of different people from different agencies and telling us you could speak to this person, could help you with this, which is very, very important, because we need a lot of such support from the outside agencies which are already established and large, and they understand what is going on in the community or nationwide to support us move forward. And it's not only something happening at the Nile, but it is wider, that they are doing it with almost a number of the refugee community organizations based in Bradford here. And everybody I've spoken to from these communities is very happy and impressed on what Mr. Hussein is doing with them and what they have achieved through that. And they go a long way off their mark, because he's on the mobile phone 24/7. People call him at any time.
It's one of the things that are really good about this particular RCO, the Nile, is that they work in partnership with other RCOs. So they look out for other small organizations that are emerging at the moment, and they take the time out from their busy days into supporting a small organization.
The Nile African Development Organization runs a social enterprise, which is basically a small shop which helps African communities with their beauty and hair issues. We sell beauty and hair products to the not only African communities, but anybody accesses them, and that's what we sell. And also on top of that, we sell exotic foods, which is African foods. We are also now thinking of setting up a money transfer system and also a shipping agency to support people ship goods back to Africa. And all that is just a way of generating some income on how it will come back to the community.
I think David and this RCO in particular has demonstrated that they've been quite successful in terms of where social enterprise could add value to the organization. It's not only about making profit. It adds more value in terms of business skills, negotiation skills, etc.
Social enterprise may be something people are talking about now, but some of us, when we were growing up, as young as we were, it is maybe because the language now used is social enterprise. But from the African background, me coming from Uganda, people definitely did that a long time ago, before I was even born. I remember my mother and a group of women contributing money and giving it to one person, and that person sets up a business, and that business supports the whole community, and that is how the whole thing was going. And up to this day, people in the grassroots of Africa are doing the same thing. So if we tackle that seriously here also, it will change lives and it will change a lot of things here. So it's a very serious thing that we have to follow it through.